The little cloud who found her courage. High above the rolling green hills and sparkling rivers, there floated a small, fluffy cloud named Nini. Nini was as light as cotton and as soft as a pillow, but unlike the other clouds, Nini was very, very small. Every morning when the sun rose over the mountains, the big clouds would gather together to show off their shapes. "I'm a giant elephant today," said Puffy, the biggest cloud. "I'm a castle with tall towers," said Misty proudly. Nini tried to join them. "Look, I'm a little bunny?" The big clouds laughed gently. "Oh, Nini, you're too tiny to make big shapes. Why don't you just watch from the corner of the sky?" So Nini drifted away quietly. She loved her friends, but sometimes their laughter made her heart feel small. She gazed down at the world below, the forests, rivers, and villages. She wanted to be useful like the others, to bring rain and help things grow. One afternoon, as the clouds floated lazily, the wind came whistling through the sky. "Hello, clouds! I bring news from the earth below." The clouds turned to listen. "The forest is drying up," said the wind. "The flowers are wilting and the rivers are running low. The animals are thirsty. The earth needs rain." Puffy stretched proudly. "I can bring rain," he said. "So can I," said Misty. But when they tried, they discovered something strange. They were too full of sunlight to make rain. The air was too warm, and they floated too high to gather water. The wind sighed. "Someone needs to get closer to the forest to help." All the big clouds shook their heads. "Too risky," they said. "It's too warm down there. We could disappear." Then a small voice spoke. Maybe I could try." It was Nini. The big clouds gasped. "You? But you're so small, you'll never make it rain." Nini took a deep breath. "Maybe, but I want to try." The wind smiled kindly. "That's the spirit, little one. I'll help you." Together, Nini and the wind drifted lower and lower, closer to the treetops. The air grew warmer, and Nini began to sweat. Tiny drops of water formed on her soft edges. "It's working," said the wind. Nini concentrated hard. She puffed herself up, collecting moisture from lakes, rivers, and even the breath of the trees. It was tiring, but she didn't give up. Down below, a small rabbit named Lilo looked up. "Look, a little cloud is coming," he squeaked. The other animals gathered, deer, birds, and foxes, all watching with hope. Nini saw them and felt a warm feeling inside. "They believe in me," she whispered. "I can do this." She squeezed her eyes shut and tried her very best. A soft rumble echoed through her tiny body. Then, plop, a drop of rain fell. Then another, and another. Soon, a gentle rain began to fall on the forest. The flowers lifted their colorful petals. The trees spread their green leaves wide. The river started to flow again, giggling as it wound through the woods. The animals danced with joy. "Thank you, little cloud," they shouted. Nini smiled through her raindrops. "You're welcome." Up in the sky, the big clouds watched in silence. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. Puffy whispered, "She really did it." When Nini floated back up later, tired but happy, the big clouds surrounded her. "We're sorry for doubting you," Misty said softly. "You're not just small," added Puffy. "You're brave." The wind laughed with delight. "See, Nini? Even a small cloud can make a big difference." From that day on, Nini was known across the sky as the brave little cloud. Whenever there was a forest that needed rain, Nini was the first to volunteer. She had learned that courage isn't about size, it's about heart. Sometimes, on quiet nights, when the stars twinkle brightly, Nini still visits the forest below. The animals look up and wave, calling out, "Hello, Nini!" And she smiles, sending a gentle sprinkle of rain their way. No matter how small you are, when you believe in yourself and care for others, you can do wonderful things.